In and around Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check hot route. Hot. Check. Mike's 40. Now, Liz. What we got? We are going 10.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Check.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
258. Go Mike 40. Yep. Watch the twist.
Rodgers now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, let's go. Kelly, don't let Kelly. Out. Check 99. Slam. Shit.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Stafford. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Lions.
Set. Yellow lady! Yellow lady!
Stafford on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Inside.
This is the former Spartan from San Jose, Tyler Irvin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play? You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run.
He's coming. We got Oko over here. Check 26, check 26.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, black.
They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, and on that play you do it, so you get it.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half. Half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down. Jump.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
53. Ready. Hey. Reset. Hey, 50. 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike.
Throwing again. Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tyler Ervin back deep. Here's Irvin to return. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Check right now. You got 58. Watch out. Rush in. Check three.
On 1st down, it's Jones. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check the backer. Hey, Mike.
51. Mike 51.
Do the night. Do the night. Switch. 6-6. Pull it high. Wide. All right.
Check 24. Check 24. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Right left. Over.
And that'll set them back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
We got to step it up. Check it out, read. Deuce.
Back north. Yeah.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mike 51.
They'll run on first down. Jones. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A second down carry for Irvin. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
With 18.
Watch the screen.
Back north. Get 300.
Turn it up. Sponge.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Julio Jones, the lone receiver, left. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Ready? 280. We own it. We own it. Mike 42, Mike 40.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
So how many more years are we going to define this position as running back? I really feel like we're evolving into something else because they have to be such a hybrid, don't they? Guys who can run it, but they love to have those guys with hands like a wide receiver.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Irvin. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 22, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. To throw, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Rip left, wide left. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check 9, check 9.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 52.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
It got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 28 yards. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Mike, 250. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Jim, middle. Easy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and going deep for Hill. That's going to be caught. It's a big play there for the Lions. 42 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Check curls.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. back to the ground, this time with Jones. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. It's caught. Jones. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You know, you get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now Jones. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Watch tight end. 3 down.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers, and this is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Jones has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
You got 58.
On first down, it's Jones. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Slam, slam, slam. Shift. Watch the shift.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
218, chop it.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Hey, 22.
Mike, 44.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Lady! Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. 10. 21. 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. The end result, 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Wait. It's our time. It's our time. 44's to Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Let's get the ball.
From the 44, Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
You got it. You got it.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 6-yard line.
Ready. Lady. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To the air again, Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Their own 10-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now Drake. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Drake. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
250.
44. Got to do better. Come on,
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed, they definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Shift. Jump out. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
51 the mic, boys, 51. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check, check.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety.
Now Rodgers. Complete to Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers throwing here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Now Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Set! 180! He's scared. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got to be alert!
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got one timeout left, want to save it.
Stafford now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.